Alright, what's up? This video is kind of a weird one. We've had a lot of requests over the years of how everything comes apart because it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. And we have to change the flex plate because we've broken our second.
I can't find it! It doesn't seem to be on any of these stations!
Keep looking.
Oh, you're going too slow. Let me take the wheel.
It's too fast! How could you even tell what's on?
I can tell.
There it is. Go back.
Back!
Too late. I'm in the 40s. Gotta go around the horn. Faster.
Wait.
I look for the giant chicken!
Now!
First thing, point at it a lot. Drain the water and disconnect the battery. Jack up the rear. Get you some tools. Now gotta get something to try not and fuck up my clothes too bad.
Throw it in park. Fuck it.
You should do that shit naturally. It's good practice. It's good safety. Now it's just removing the driveline. Alright, now it's draining the oil pan, and then since I'm already down here, I went ahead and got the starter out of the way and just hung it off to the side. And putting the drain bolt back in before it makes a huge fucking mess. And then I'm already here, so going ahead and taking care of the transmission crossmember bolts right here. Next up, we have the front end coming off in one big piece. I'll show you that here.
Ta-da!
Alright, remove the steering gearbox nut and leave it on there loose. And then proceed to single-handedly the worst part of this whole project.
Almost lost my cool there.
And now I just dropped the steering arm out of the way because it's just that, it's out of the way. And then I always put the nut back on just in case the threads get hit by something. Yep, now you gotta do all that. Remove a bunch of zip tie, so this is zip tie maintenance here, some cable management. Then once these wires right here are disconnected from the front, the whole front end will come off in its own little section also. The radiator lines are just long enough that they arch over the transmission tunnel, so we go ahead and just leave them out of the way as we're pulling the motor out. Just got to get the transmission cooler out of the way and be gentle with it because this is the second one that's been broken. Just got the front end bolts here, and then like I said, the whole front end comes off. And the only thing you gotta do is avoid throwing out your back doing it. Eventually I'll get new body mounts. These things I swear have been on here since 91. And here you go, just fucking pick it up. Let's go ahead and just stick it right over here and hopefully you're not injured. Embark on your flashbacks of the Ugga Juggas. In case you're wondering what it looks like on low pros. Alright, from here, we just have to take the rod off, the exhaust come off as it's like halfway out, coils, the top end, 2 head bolts at the back, and then everything should come out in one solid piece. And then we got the dipstick tube over here to go ahead and take care of. And then that should be it. Just removing all the top end stuff, steering rod right here, fuel rail. And this is up close to those 2 ground bolts on the back of the heads here. To each their own, I leave the coils on the little rail right there. It makes it simpler. You can remove them, do whatever. Go ahead and do the other side too. Now, I actually did this before I dropped the Blazer, but I removed the V-bands for the exhaust here so that everything can be disconnected. Putting it back in, you run a strap to the back across to the cross member, and it kind of pinches it all back together, and that makes install easier. And then the last thing is disconnecting the shifter linkage right here and just putting the little pin back on because it's tiny and it's easy to lose.
There we go. So I just pop that out, put this back in.
The angle that the engine naturally comes out in is really steep. That's why this time we tried putting it on the rims so the front end was a little bit lower. On the video it'll make it look like it was easy and it's wham bam done, but it ain't that simple. There's more to do. It does look silly, but it definitely worked out.
That's our issue right there. It's broken here and down and broken right there.
Were you racing it? Don't race the daily.
Nice.
The difference in thickness.
That's what she said.
Same thickness there, but if you look right here and here, it's not crazy different, but definitely tell it's thicker.
Or at least overall the metal's more dense. Now just gotta finish torquing. I believe the dowel pin here is what caused our original 2 issues. It was missing, and now it's not. Finish tightening all this stuff up, and everything should be good to go. Put it back in. Repeat everything backwards. Now it's just massaging the bell housing over the engine mounts and getting everything put back in, and the engine mount bolts in. And then reverse.
And hopefully if you put everything back together, it'll drive.
And that's it.